Hello dear fans. The phenomena of the dead and the dying, attempts at scientific establishment. The unknown yesterday becomes the truth tomorrow. Such, for example, is the appearance of a dying person at a more or less distant distance. The positivists only shrug their shoulders when they talk about such absurdities. To engage in them for at least 1 minute it means not only wasting time, but also falling into the superstition of the past centuries. It is impossible, many argue, that one person appears to another or informs him of the transition from life to death. The very word impossible has ceased to be relevant in the days of Napoleon. It was deleted from the philosophical vocabulary after the amazing and unexpected discoveries of modern physics. Anyone who, at the present time, after the invention of photography, radio, television, telephone, the internet, spectral analysis of stars, suggestion and hypnotism, to draw the border of the possible, is at least half a century behind the smallest pupil of the original school. Some argue, how to explain this kind of phenomenon? It is worth admitting only what is able to understand, but this is also a delusion. Can you explain why the stone falls? The force of attraction is known, but the essence of the force of gravity remains incomprehensible. The question is, do visions exist? If they have their place in the world, then they should be allowed, and an explanation can be found later after some time. Many witnesses from around the world are ready to declare with a sense of full responsibility that these visions are real. Every year, more and more testimonies are revealed that horrify a person. Thus, the question is whether such phenomena are possible in real life or not. Could it be the enacted fantasy of the storytellers? Or write off all this on hallucinations, even massive ones? No, a person does not have the right to do this, taking into account the complete impeccability of the stories, their historical correspondence, and the inquiries that were made in this regard and confirmed all the stories. There is not a single person now who has never heard of such phenomena. Someone even saw a deceased person, other people lying on the sick bed at their last gasp, even received news of the imminent death of their loved ones from themselves. It would be too frivolous and unsatisfactory to regard all this as coincidences and attribute everything to chance. There are a lot of these facts in life. It is much more difficult to explain the phenomena of the dead. Human feelings are imperfect and deceptive and, perhaps, they will never reveal reality, and in this area even less than in others. All one can think of on this score at the present time, when comparing various facts of this order, is that the dying or the deceased is not transferred to the observer. It turns out that there is an action of one spirit on another at a distance. It can be assumed that each thought is accompanied by an atomic brain movement, which, however, is allowed by physiologists. The psychic force of a person generates air movement, which, like all air movements, is transmitted far and becomes sensitive to a harmonious spirit. The transition of such a mental action into air movement and vice versa is similar to what is observed in a telephone, where sound movements occur. The action of one spirit on another manifests itself in different ways. Sometimes the appearance of a human figure, in another case, the observer can hear a mysterious familiar voice or noise. Cases of furniture movement and other phenomena were recorded. A spirit acts on another spirit in the same way as suggestion from a distance. Regarding the latter, there are historical confirmations. The action of one spirit on another at a distance, especially in such serious cases as death and, all the more, sudden death, is no more surprising than the action of a magnet on iron. The attraction of the moon to the earth, the transmission of a human voice by electricity, the discovery of the chemical composition of a star through analysis its light and all the wonders of modern science. It is only of a more sublime order, and can lead to the path of cognition of the psyche of a human being. It can be concluded that, and science has proven this, that a person really has a soul, as something different from the physical body. This is not just an emotional component, but something of a qualitatively different matter. It is sometimes said that the soul is immaterial. There is no blunder in this. Everything is relative. When compared with a physical body, this is true, but when thinking about God, the opinion is different. We can say that the soul is subtle. Although the relevant disciplines know the qualities of the soul, such as the ability to unconsciously intelligent action, a person does not fully have all the information about this, but it is known that such phenomena would be completely impossible to explain if one thought that the soul does not have reason and does not have a certain freedom. The immortality of the human spirit can be asserted. It is he who can influence the body and worry about it. The explanation for the appearance of the dying person will no doubt be different from that for the appearance of the deceased. But nothing is known about this. It remains only to observe, analyze, and investigate, but in no way deny. Most of all, a person is interested in the universe, there is no doubt about himself. Know thyself, said Socrates. Over the next time, humanity will learn many things that are now impossible. Therefore, the human mind at the present stage should learn to know the very human essence, itself. Thanks for watching.